want to talk about your award-winning filmmaking, because that also, I mean, I totally was impressed with this piece on your home page. It was like, so owning the place, you're a writer-driven brand. So what was your journey into filmmaking, from filming stuff with your friends with a camera to where you're at now?
Yeah, so very grassroots, like you touched on earlier. Growing up, grabbing the camera, going out, filming your buddy do a backflip, or filming your buddy hit a handrail in the downtown part of Grand Falls, Windsor. Like it's things that we would watch videos growing up, and things that we would try to kind of like emulate or reflect within, you know, our own snowboarding. So shooting photos, getting clips with our video cameras was always such an important part of snowboarding growing up, and that translated directly into the business and how we were marketing our products. But in the past few years, we've really put an emphasis on, well, how can we tell stories with our content? How can we showcase the place that we come from? And how can we leverage all of that, again, to benefit in a couple different ways, obviously our business, but also to bring more exposure to some of the places and some of the communities that have given us so much. So in the past few years, yeah, we've been very fortunate to do projects throughout Newfoundland and Labrador. One in particular that I really like was titled Old Fashioned Winter. And essentially that's a backcountry snowboard film where we go into the Woody Point Trout River area, and we flew in some of our professional athletes from across the US. There was a guy from Seattle, Washington. There was a gentleman from Whistler. And yeah, we were able to go in there and spend time with locals in Woody Point and kind of like just hear their story and kind of see how they would react towards people traveling to Newfoundland to go snowboarding, which is a pretty like foreign idea for people, you know, traditional Newfoundlanders.
They're out on their skidoos,
cutting firewood, setting their rabbit slips. Like that's what they do in the wintertime. So the idea of people traveling here from outside of province to go snowboarding in their backyards was, you know, at first kind of you get a funny look, but once they were able to see some of the stuff that we were doing, they understood it, and they appreciated it. Obviously, young people coming here, finding ways to be outdoors is super important. So that was one of the big things that film was able to do. It was able to just showcase the potential here in Newfoundland and Labrador to go backcountry skiing and snowboarding. You don't need to go to Whistler, British Columbia to get that good snow. It exists here. You just need to be willing to go out and look for it. So that particular film ended up winning Best Cinematography at the International Free Sports Film Festival in Montreal back in 2019. And that was just like an eye-opening moment for us. Like, you can be from Newfoundland and do this stuff. You can be from Newfoundland and make a go at snowboarding, and it was just really, I guess, validating for me as an entrepreneur, for me as a filmmaker, as a producer, that you can do this, right? So that validation has just kind of like fed into the trajectory of the business, I would say, because we're still prioritizing content production, we're still prioritizing, you know, nurturing these communities here in the province, and because of that, we've been trying to expand upon the relationships with the 3 ski resorts here in the province. How can we, you know, create more for those who want to go skiing and snowboarding here in the province? So I think, you know, the past few years we've been able to do that, and the films that we're continuing to produce are continuing to shed light on the place that we come from and what we're trying to do as a brand, and how important these sports are, I think, for young people.